What's going on, y'all? Another week, another geek. We are back at it again with another episode of the Why I'm Geek show with your homies G, Chrissy, Light. Chris, how you feeling today, Brody?
Man, after a nice holiday weekend, I'm gonna need that Christmas week to roll in quicker, man. I'm gonna need it.
Ooh, okay, okay.
Especially after that Thursday game, we ain't gonna talk about that today, though. Uh,
Yeah, I see. He ain't wearing red today. He ain't
now
wearing
we're
red
with the
today.
neutral green, we're gonna meet in the middle.
Oh wait, I told y'all I was gonna have enough. But hey, that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today we're gonna be talking about Invincible season 2, part 1, and you know I'm super excited to get into this because I love the show. And last time did we do a week by week?
We
I
did
don't
not.
remember. Yeah, I feel like we watched it all in like a what you call it, then we talked about it. But um yeah, man. Season 2. Let's get into it, bro. Uh Stamp or no. I'm gonna just come out and say it, Stamp or no, bro. Is Mark standing on business? Let me know. How you feeling, bro? 4 episodes deep.
I don't know. This may only be me. Mark is such a wimp. He's still so weak. And the last episode, especially, I just sat there like, bro, you are getting murdered right now. What are you doing? Like, he still has some cool aspects to him once he started like feeling himself. But I don't know if it's the yellow suit or something. He just needs some more muscles. So I'm gonna go, nah, he not standing on nothing.
Dang. The colorway got you messed up. That's crazy. Okay. Okay. I respect that. I respect that. I'm gonna say that he's standing on business, bro. This man going through a lot, bro. He's going through a lot, and nobody else seems to recognize that. Not his
Oh,
mama, not Cecil, not his daddy. They all just using him. They all using him, bro. And
true.
he's standing on business because he's standing 10 toes down, even if he face flat on the ground. Like Mark is going to be elite. I can see it already. I can see it already because
Okay. Okay, Scout.
every time he's in a fight, he like Goku, bro. For real, for real. If you think about it, like he got to get warmed up. Like he got to get beat up a little bit before he start going because he still don't even know his own strength. Like when we'll talk about it later on, but like when his pops was like, "Yo, like I can train. We can do this. We can do that." And he was just like, "Nah, bro. F you." I was like, "Yeah, there you go. There you go." Standing on business, bro. You think you can just walk out my life and then finesse me to get here, bro? Nah, we ain't going for that. We ain't going for that. But that's why I say he's standing on business. We'll get more into the details here in a few. But yeah, he's standing on business. Let us know in the comments what y'all think. Um, and yeah, let's get right into it, bro. Invincible. Where could we start? Let's start in the aftermath. The pool of blood was still there months after. What the heck is a Viltrumite, bro? What is going on?
You know what? I kind of don't know. At this point, the Viltrumites, they don't. I'm gonna just. Everyone's better have seen everything on Invincible.
Mm-hmm.
The Viltrumites are still gonna invade Earth. They clearly have the capability to do it as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Earthlings are so much more inferior, but at least we get the explanation that they can breed with them because they look similar to them.
Yeah.
I
Still
guess it doesn't
crazy.
matter if you're purple. You can't be Thanos out here and and be a Viltrumite. You have to look like a human.
Yeah.
Um, but their strength, it seemed even more impressive uh, than when Nolan was just murdering people on the daily in
Mm-hmm.
the previous season. Because there always is that aspect that this is kind of Superman. We've seen this, but now to see
Right.
like other Viltrumites, see how strong they are,
Hmm.
to just put like a finger on, I think it was Mark, right?
Yeah, yeah. He
And
pushed him
like
in the
pretty much
ground with his head.
pushed him in the ground. That is some next level strength. Like that really
Yeah.
is some Dragon Ball Z level stuff.
Hmm.
Uh, but their grand design just seems like, yo, we're just the a-holes of the universe,
Yeah.
and whatever we say goes.
Hmm.
And we'll sacrifice our people if we have to. Like, does not matter.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Because I feel like they was trying to make us feel bad, like the whole first part of this season, right? Whether we're talking about Mark and like his like ongoing depression, or you want to talk about
Guilt.
uh or guilt, yeah, or if you want to talk about Debbie and like how she's been feeling about like her whole life basically being a lie for the last 25 years, um to even like Cecil, who was like, bro, this man is just the worst. Like he don't care. He just trying to get the job done. But it's like, yo, the way like when they was underwater in that underwater jump, and he shot the missiles down to help Mark, and it was just like, yo, come on, man. Like get this is why like this is part of the job. Like I was just like, yo, this man is vicious, bro. So there's like all these elements that they're like pushing on us, and I'm just sitting here like, bro, when is this going to turn around? You know, and it's whether we doesn't matter which side of the fence you're on. I don't know how you can be on Omni Man side, but like if you are,
Omni Man.
it's like, bro, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Like,
Bro, he's a good guy.
bro, no, he's not, bro. Omni Man is a Rolling Stone, bro.
Best guy around.
All these memes, bro. But it's like, yo, I'm just, I'm just taken aback at like when you're that powerful, it literally probably like it did for him, like just messes up your brain and how you see things and how you see people. Because for you to say that like this woman that you married, that you have created a child with, that you have had a
20
family with
years.
for 20 years is a pet,
A
is like,
glimpse in
bro,
their life.
you are insane, bro. Like there's no way you could say that to people and just be stone cold face. I know that that's like in the past of like season one, but like it's just continuously showing up now and how fast Omni Man is able to move on. Like he'll feel feelings, you know. We saw him go through
Yeah,
his
we're
whole sad boy arc, but then he got to the little bug planet and was just
started
like,
clapping.
"Hey, I'm
Get his
here.
mind off of it. You
I'm
know what I
here,
mean?
bro. Might as well indulge." You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
and he
it is
was,
pretty amazing to see like a super being's like perspective on like lesser beings. Like he's
yeah,
way stronger. He's gonna live longer. He can do way more.
yeah,
And like you said, it sounds so crazy, but to Omni Man, to Nolan, I mean,
yeah.
bro, we're not the
Bro,
same. We're
try
just
to
not the
nah, don't
same.
do that. Don't do
You know
that.
what I
Bro, try
mean?
to humanize him, Nolan.
Yeah. He, he's a good guy. He had his sad boy arc. I see what he's talking about, and he's gaining more emotion, more sympathy, more empathy.
Yeah.
Because he sat there and cried. Why do I feel this way? Like, not that he's
Bro,
there yet, but he does have
yeah.
some sort of feeling.
Hmm. Yeah. And but it was the fact that he was about to let himself like fall into a black hole, and then like even in that moment, I don't think he thought he was going to die. You know what I'm saying? It was just
I'd hope
like
that thing could kill him.
we don't know what can. Like we only see that they can definitely hurt themselves, but like yo, this one dude had his whole freaking intestines in his hand. and still
and
bodied him,
flew,
and flew and
flew.
bodied him, drop kicked him from deep, bro. Like, bro, it's freaking crazy. It's crazy. And then also, I, the fact that Mark has a new brother, half brother,
Purple Mark.
right? That
That
now
maybe looks
he's going
just
to
like him.
get pushed to have the responsibility of is like, why did you do this? Like,
It's an evil world or
oh
evil
my
universe we
gosh,
live in.
bro.
It's an evil universe.
And he looked just like him. No bug qualities. You know what I'm saying?
Thanos.
But it's like, yo, at the rate that he's growing, like they might be the same age within the next year. You know? And it's like, regardless of what's going on, like I don't know. That threw me off, bro. I was not ready for this when they
And I
showed
think
that.
that's why I'm confused. Like, where are we going? Because
Yeah,
essentially, Nolan is kind of realizing, like, I'm having all these babies, but I want to protect my family, but I don't even know, like, why. You know,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
he's still trying to battle that, and now that he's taken by the Viltrumites, Mark is realizing, even though he hates his dad's the worst
Mm-hmm.
human ever. Literally has a baby with another woman while married to my mom,
Yeah.
and then trust me with the
Yeah.
responsibility to then protect him. That's just crazy. That's crazy.
Yo. I
Um,
just knew. I was like, there is absolutely no way. No way. You can be the emperor. You can do all that. But to have a kid
big ask.
is crazy, bro. Like, and then they kissed in front of him too. Like it was nothing. Like, bro, like he has no decorum. He has no like. I can't do it. He's evil,
Like,
bro.
he's really figuring out these emotions of what it means, like, to
Yeah.
have a family, like what a family is. And Mark hates him for it too, but he's realizing it too. Like,
He shouldn't have
that's
to be
my dad.
subjugated to watching that process. Go figure that out on your own. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, Nolan ruthless. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna lie. He ain't
yeah.
gonna
It's
fake
like,
on
what you
him.
gonna do, bro? You can't beat me. So it's like we already see how that turned out. You know. And you know what else is gross that I just realized, but it's like it's a cartoon, so it's like we can't really think about it. Um, it's like when Mark was like, "What are you gonna do? Knock all my teeth out again?" I was like, "Yo, he did do that, and they grew back. He's like a
Yeah,
shark. Like that's crazy, bro." And I
yeah.
was
That
like,
that race is different. I, the limit to their power seems unlimited. Like, they're just
"Yeah,
automatically vastly superior.
it's wild, bro. It's wild." And I want to talk about the whole collusion and mole situation because I have a theory on it. Before we do, we gotta talk about a little bit more about
Was it Debbie?
because yes,
Debbie?
yeah,
Yeah.
Debbie. Because I think for her, like grieving arc and like getting to see her go through all these support groups and stuff like that, like nobody really is going to be able to understand. But I like that she's trying her best to move on. Like when Cecil pulled up on her and like quit the whole book tour thing, I was like, yo, nah, this man Cecil is different, bro. Like he had the Omni Man books going crazy as like he's like the author or whatever. And I was like, yo, yeah, get out of his thumb, bro, because you're never gonna be able to move on if you just keep getting pulled back in. And it's gonna have to be a situation where it's like, yo, you're gonna really have to like look within yourself and find out who you are without this person to like really move on. So I'm excited to see what she's going to do. Now that she done packed up and dipped, you know. How you feeling about Mark's mom? or Debbie.
It's some sad stuff, man. Like this,
Yeah,
the after effects of Omni Man being a crazy guy. Like,
yeah.
like I don't see how she can move on. Deep down, she always is gonna know how horrible Nolan is,
Hmm.
and that's just another thing that they can always bring back, like Nolan meeting Debbie again. Like, how does that conversation even start? Like, will there even be a amends? Like it has to, because that's some juicy, tasty drama.
No.
You know that's some romance we gotta see.
Oh man, he gonna
Mark
pull up.
about to have a sister. You know
He
what
gonna
I mean?
he gonna pull up with his bug shorty. Like, yo, I know I said this. I finally figured out what true love is, and then he gonna break her. And by that time, she gonna be like a freaking grand grandma ant or a bug because their lifespan moves super fast. So,
I mean, I would still want to see that episode, because the way this show works is anything can freaking happen.
mm-hmm,
Nolan is always going to be the ultimate a hole of the galaxy, no
yeah,
matter what. He's going to put his family, Mark, anybody in any situation he feels like it, and wants to somehow, justify it. Like, well,
mm,
it's your brother. You got to do it because it's your brother.
yeah.
And I cannot wait for the day he talks to Debbie again, because yeah, like Nolan
There's
just
smoke,
has
there's
no
fire.
remorse. Yeah, and he's slowly starting to feel this emotion, but deep down, I think he did just move on, like you said. Got
To
a new
cope with.
girl. Yeah, he's a Rolling Stone, and he just doesn't think too much about it, and it's like, yeah, it's fine. Like, I'm built different, I'm Omni Man, and I'm built different. Yo, I'm liking this guy more and more. I'm not gonna lie.
Let us know if you like Ani Man in the comments. Let us know. Let's just see a ratio, bro. Let's just see a ratio.
Oh,
Um, okay. So
but her arc was sad. It
it
it, it was
was.
sad,
It
because there's
was.
no there is climbing out of it now, but
Mhm.
it just looks so dark and grim, and she's stuck on Earth, him gone,
Yeah.
and just knowing everything now.
Mark's in college.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's tough.
Well, he's in college there, but
I
that's freshman year. He'll be all right. Um, okay. So we've talked a little bit about what's going on in the world. Let's talk about this quote unquote multiverse and this freaking, I don't even know what you would call it, but like conspiracy that is the Viltrumites empire and everything that they've shown us, but like haven't really got into. I, let's start with the multiverse because that's the first thing they
Well,
showed us.
I'm gonna
Right?
let you start this off, because when it comes to multiverse theory, me and you, we go
Yeah.
on too long tangents. So you go ahead. I know y'all seen previous pods. This happens all the time. All the
Yeah.
shows we watch nowadays have some type of another reality, another dimension, or time travel. So it's not surprising it leaked its way into Invincible.
Yeah. I'm just I'm just at a point where I don't see the purpose in it outside of the one character and how that fits the overarching story because I know when I watched the trailer and it showed a world where um you know Omni Man and Invincible were working together in tandem and the conversation went a little bit different and they did conquer Earth. Like to me there's only really two options. Like those are the only scenarios I would want to see. With one where he does work with his dad, and one where he doesn't. Like the in between is like it can get tricky. Like as far as like keep putting in things, and because this is like one series and there's not like multiple people trying to make visible projects, I feel like don't really need it. and on top of that, the character that is all about multiverse and things like that, to me, is really like his whole sting right now as far as like getting deformed and having this goal and stuff like that. And you know, it's just like it's not. I'm not here for it. Like I don't really care about that. You know, like it's just something that's happening in the background for me. Like okay, we'll see. We'll see how it happens. That's just my take. I don't really have an opinion on like what's real and what's not, because that's not really like
Nah, he hating. He
I'm
hating
hating.
on it.
I'm hating. No,
Yeah.
I'm hating. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Explain to me how I'm hating then.
Nah, I agree with you.
Okay.
I'm not really here for that storyline either. And
Yeah.
as soon as they brought it up, I was like, is everyone on this multiverse, oh, what's the word? Like multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
Train where any show we watch is involves some type of multiversal villain or and I know we watch a lot of Marvel and stuff like that, but it just seems like everyone wants to do this type of spin right now. But at the most, I just hope this is one of those villain origins. They don't do too much with them. Maybe he does some like send some robots, and we don't realize it's from him, and then it like builds on. It's like, oh, it was me the whole time. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like looking
Yeah.
back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I don't know. Like they did some stuff like that in season one, I believe, where they kind of set up a villain that will appear later. Hopefully, and I do like the fact that this whole multiverse guy also dealt with the twins that are pretty much the main antagonists that we've always followed. When
Villain of the
he
week.
villain of the week,
I
yeah,
wouldn't say main antagonist, but they
yeah, but
always
they're
doing stuff.
always there though. They're
But they have
always
the
there.
same plan. They're like Pinky in the Brain. Like
Sure.
they're
But it was
doing the
kind of cool
same
that
thing.
he brought in them from multiple
Yeah.
realities or universes, and it just makes me feel like they do have a grander
Mm-hmm.
like
It's like an Easter
spot
egg.
in this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that was just really cool. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of this villain, and I hope they don't put too much stock into him. I just hope maybe just a small little villain of the week here and there, and eventually it leads up to this guy's actually been putting in major work in the background. Um,
Yeah.
and Invincible, maybe finally he'll go Super Saiyan and actually beat someone strong instead of being a little wimp that he is. So
Not too much. Much on. Yeah. The whole multiverse thing, like you were saying, bro. Like it'd be different if like take for instance like that the Adam Eve special that they did, where they like take some time to actually like focus on major characters, but like nobody else that's in the superhero community at this point is interesting enough to hold that weight. Whereas like Marvel's coming from a sense of like you got all of these properties. Then like this one to me, Invincible seems just like one story. You know what I'm saying? But whether that multiverse thing ends up, like applying in like maybe we see Deadpool or something randomly, like that'd be cool. Just like as a one off, but
we
as
watch
far
Rick
as
and
like
Morty now.
right, like it's it'd be cool like that, but in this story, like I think the more interesting storyline is like everything that either Cecil is doing, um, or like the Viltrumites and whoever set up what's my man's name? Uh Alan the alien. Like I
Oh
think those
yeah.
things are a lot more like intriguing because they involve a lot more people, and it's like everybody's actively trying to stop the Viltrumites or just like protect their home planet, but they're doing it from a place of that we can like kind of have a better gauge on, because they're not all super like they might be enhanced, but they're not like the all power. Guess like I don't know, but how you feeling about that? Because the little Donald Easter egg at the end was cool too. Like
I mean, I was gonna ask you, do you think the whole multiversal guys whole shtick is just gonna be for a season we bring in the evil Omni Man and evil Mark team up to verse Mark and his dad?
Yeah, like I think it'll be a situation where it's like, yo, like we're gonna bring these two together so that they can eventually like essentially destroy each other.
Yeah, like a evil versus good,
Yeah,
you know,
or that
arc.
just cancel cancel each other out essentially,
Yeah,
because that's like what Viltrumites like. They can only hurt each other. Nobody else has been really seen to like hurt them. To where
yep.
point like because like you can tell like as of right now like from season 1 to season 2 you can tell that Omni Man has been holding back this like where it's like
And he's
he
gonna
even
get
had
executed for it.
yeah he's even had to like during his fight start ramping back up and like getting back into that mindset because the Viltrumites like as far as like the different characters like I was like yo they are not playing like they're here to wreck.
Mm. They just as cocky though. Like
Yeah.
they
But it's
they could
like
have ramped it
they
up
have the
quicker.
experience. They quote unquote have the experience to back that up,
Mm.
you know. And it's just like they like they're not young. None of them were young. Like I think Omni Man is just probably just as old as them.
Mm.
But Mark has only had his powers for not even that long, you
Few
know.
months?
Yeah. Well,
Has it been
nah.
a year?
It's probably been like 8 months to a year
Yeah. Cause he
because
was
he was in
already in school,
school.
right?
Yeah, he was in
Yeah.
school, and then they had the whole year. That whole year, I think he was a senior, something like that. I don't
Yeah.
remember
That
actually,
makes sense.
but
Yeah.
or was it 16? Did he get his power at 16?
It's true. Gotta rewatch now.
Yeah, I don't remember, but it ain't been that long comparatively to those other characters. So it's just like he still don't even know his own strength, and then we don't know what the human side of his DNA will do as far as like does that make him as strong, like more strong or more apt, like they did for Gohan, essentially.
Yeah,
Like
hopefully.
we don't know,
He needs
you know.
something, bro. He needs something.
Yeah, but okay. Let's see what else could we talk about. I mean, it's I don't know. I don't know. 'Cause I feel like we kind of talked about everything. It's only 4 episodes, you know.
Yeah, we can go right into that. I was gonna ask you how'd you feel about a 4 episode release?
I hate it, bruh. I
Uh,
hate it. If you're gonna do 4 episodes, just drop a movie, bruh. Something like don't like I'm not a fan of the four like the part 1 and part 2 and part 3 series of a season. It's like no point. There's no point in that. And it's like when you do it, if it was something where I felt like they were doing something that was cutting edge or like creating some new technology to make this animation like yes this animation style is unique as far as like the art style things like that but
sure.
to me they're not really doing anything that's like super crazy that it we have to wait a whole nother year to get the next part of the series. Like granted the episodes are long,
Yeah,
but
45 minutes.
it's not long enough to where it's like yo like oh that was great I'm ready for the next I can't wait till a year from now to see the next thing like bro like nah like if you're gonna release something release the whole thing bro and if you're gonna do it like there has to be something in the numbers that obviously we don't see as the public that is telling them like yo this is what works but it went from like 10 to 8 to 6 to now 4 Chris
Yeah, you get 2 episodes a year.
bro what are we doing man I'm about to start reading like That's the point I'm at right now. You know, like I gotta know what's going on in that junk. But I mean, I can't fake like it's not good. But it's just like 4 seasons is not enough. That's just how I feel. I mean, 4 episodes is not enough. That's how I feel. What about you?
Yeah, it's horrible. I mean, I really loved the last episode. It really felt like they did put a lot of work into it. Finally, we got the return of Nolan, like all uh, the surprise kid. We get Debbie's closure in a way. We get the one guy figuring out he's like a robot or
Yeah.
um
Cyborg,
something's just
android, something.
yeah, maybe something like that. And then Mark just coming to the realization that his dad is the worst ever, but he still does have feelings for him. He doesn't know why, even though he's horrible, and all the Viltrumite stuff. But jeez, I mean, to kill a buzz, to kill my hype for a show, I just lost all excitement for this show.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yep.
gonna be in the back of my mind until it comes back. I do not care.
Hmm.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I should just go get the comic books and start consuming the content and spoiling myself because this is too long. 4 episodes, I could have just waited, not thought about Invincible, and then they released the season all nice and smooth. This little like treat is cool, and I love this fourth episode. But man, am I not hyped anymore. I It
Yeah.
ended, and then me knowing that there was 9 episode next week just made me mad, and I just don't care no more, bro. Like all these studios keep doing this where we gotta produce something. Maybe they gotta push out numbers, gotta make a quota, gotta make a deadline, but the end product is making me sad, bro. Like
I'm gonna be honest. It's like I think they have a certain number as far as like what they need to hit in a season or a part to where they say like, okay, how can we break this down to where we're gonna get the most retention? So the only way I could really see it is that they're releasing part one right now so they can um, release part two in another year. And by the time part two comes out, you're gonna have to watch part one again to remember what happened. And then that is
we're
going to
making a lot of
like
sense, G.
boost the amount of views that they get. And that's what they're aiming for. But I think that's stupid. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
You're
Because
you're making a lot of sense.
if it
I
was
mean,
rewatchable, it'll be rewatchable regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like,
like maybe they realized there was a little dry window at which they could launch a few episodes in Invincible, but they didn't want to do it during the holidays. They don't want to do it.
yeah.
They have another window they can drop it in, but it just sucks. I really don't like this format. Um, and yeah, my hype's pretty much gone. And if that's the true answer, I could understand it. I get it.
Like make it
But
make
man,
sense, bro. Like if you're gonna do it 4 episodes per part and say it's 4 parts, like make it every 3 months. Give me one part then. Something where it's like it's a certain cadence. Like when you do stuff like this and there's no end in sight of like, oh, I don't know when the next thing is gonna happen. Um like
it's like no hope that I can after the
what was the
next
point
four
of me
episodes
watching it?
drop.
Yeah,
Maybe it'll take 5 years to drop it.
exactly. Exactly.
and
Like
and like you said, the animation is good and it's clean, brutal.
mhm.
But man, do you not have enough people on this Amazon? Like this is one of your marquee shows, and this is how long I'm waiting.
Animated show.
It's too long. This is taking too long.
Yeah. And it's not like they're trying to keep up with the manga or something. Like people know what's about to happen already. Like it's like
Yeah.
we're just sitting here waiting, bro. And I don't like it. I don't like it one
Okay,
bit.
I'm glad we're both on the same page then.
Yeah, regardless of a score, I didn't even give it a score yet because it's like at this point, there's no point in me giving something a score when it's not done. You know, and Netflix was notorious at this, and I feel like they was the one that started this. So like, real life, we really been beefing with Netflix for a minute, but um, it started off with Ozark because the way that for me, it's like if you're going to do a 4-part season or 4-episode season or part or whatever the term is, market it like that. Like let me know that it's 4 episodes and then do that instead of just like killing all the hype at the end and
Yeah,
make
I
me
feel like you
pissed
got
off,
some
bro.
logic there. Like make it feel unique. Like this show does it like this. It's just how
Mm-hmm.
it's always been. Nice 4 episode package. We get this emotional distress after everything that happened, and then it gets this grand conclusion. You know,
Yeah,
but right now it just feels sloppy. It just feels like they only released 4. They didn't have time to finish it up, and they had to meet a deadline.
yeah. Like when Spider Verse when Across the Spider Verse came out and it said part one, I said, "Oh, okay, say no more."
And,
So
and it
whenever,
felt like that because when we were sitting watching it, we kind of were like, "Huh,
yeah,
how
this
are we?
this don't feel like
Where
it's
are
about
we
to end.
landing here?" Yeah.
Yup, and it led to one of the most hype silent moments, like nothing being said in freaking cinema. Like, bro, what are we talking about, man? I just,
Like this one just felt like, oh, okay, we're taking a pause
yeah,
again. All right.
shaking my head, bruh, shaking my head. All right,
But hey,
well,
I still like the season, and
yeah,
one thing that Invincible does have, that they did a really good job of this season is that emotional stakes and ramifications, and even Cecil trying to figure out how does he use Mark, but also
hmm,
make sure he doesn't turn into Omni Man. Like there's a lot of stuff like that in the season. Um,
yeah.
and I don't know, it's still a really, really, really great show. I just cannot stand how long it is because some episodes I watched and was like, all right, that's cool.
Hmm.
And finally, when we get the episode that I really want, it was amazing.
Yeah,
But wow, to wait is a killer.
yeah, man.
10 out of 10 show.
Yeah, let us know in the comments how y'all feeling about this 4-part doohickey, and let us know how you feel about the show so far, man. Um, is there anything else on Invincible that we need to see or say or
I'm good.
hopes? Nah, we kind of already talked about that. All right. Well, that's it. What you geeked about, Chris? Talk to me.
Oh man. Well, it's about to be Christmas season, and that means I'm gonna do the Spider-Man. Watch all the Spider-Man movies
Ooh.
each day leading up to Christmas. Also, we're gonna be watching all the Harry Potters leading up into Christmas. So pretty much my movies are all taken up this month.
Mm.
So I'm pretty geeked about that because I always love it. And if I have time, I will also do all the Star Wars because Star Wars is such a great series to watch near the holidays. But maybe I'll wait till after Christmas and leading the New Year. But I'm super geeked about finishing up Squid Game, the challenge version of Netflix. I am not a fan. It's pretty bad in my opinion. I don't like the way they do this camera angle fake game show vibe to it. I really hate it. I originally thought when they were gonna do a Squid Game challenge version, it was gonna be like a normal game show in the past. We meet the contestants, learn a little bit about their backstory. We watch them slowly get eliminated. Maybe a few of our people that we cheer for they get eliminated. No, the way they did this thing is kind of like um you had to have already watched Squid Game, and then we're gonna add a little bit more drama to randos getting eliminated. And yeah, they do a little bit close-ups to a few characters, but it is not what I would think a game show version of Squid Games would be like. So, yeah, I'm not enjoying it. I will finish it. But I'm only 2 episodes in, so hopefully it does get better. Um, and Mr. Beast did it better. What you geeked about, G?
That's what I was gonna ask you, bro. I was gonna say who's better, Mr. Beast or Netflix, bro? But you already answered that, joint. That's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to know. You standing on business, Chris. I like that. I like that. Oh man, but what am I geeked about? I am geeked about the Blue-Eyed Samurai. That joint is going crazy. I watched a few episodes and it's like a full feature movie, bro. Like that's what it feels like. It feels like a combination of like Kill Bill and Ghost of Tsushima, bro. But like mixed, and it's like I don't know. That joint is wild. You can't like you gotta be careful who you watching around though. But like that joint is good. It's good so far. And then
That's interesting. I
what
know you've been
else?
hyping it, so
I mean, like I've been hyping it just cause like I saw the trailer for it and I was like, oh, this don't look like it's gonna go stupid. And it was like now that I've gotten to the point where like okay, I understand not all the players, but like most of the players, and I've gotten the background and the lore of who the Blue-Eyed Samurai is and what's actually going on, and like there's even more that they're going into, and it's just interesting. It's interesting. A little freaky, but it's interesting. You
uh-oh.
know, yeah.
Uh-oh.
That's why I said be careful who you watch it around. Uh, but yeah, that joint is super fire. And then I'm finally caught up on Jujutsu Kaisen. That joint is like it's a whole lot of a whole lot, bro. Like I could not tell you. Like I could tell you what's going on, but it still don't really make sense as like outside of like the literally like what's happening right now. Like I'm still waiting on my debrief of like, okay, why is this happening? You know? Cause like so many things are
You know what?
happening, bro.
I'm shooting it up the list. You said
So
it way
many
too
things
many
are
times at
happening.
the end of pods. I gotta watch
I'm
this,
just
bro.
saying, bro. I'm just saying, like, you might like a lot of the videos I'll be making for Slice of Anime be like, seem like I'll be hating on Jujutsu Kaisen, but that joint still be going crazy. It's just like, I don't really like, unless you know what's about to happen. Like, I don't know what's about to happen, but apparently it's gonna make sense soon. I'm just waiting for that moment to happen, you know. Uh, and then, is there anything else I'm excited about? Nah, as far as like the rest of the holidays, like we got the Geek Awards coming out. We're gonna start getting those nominations together. Like that's like really like next month. That's what we're gonna be doing. Um, I think as far as like, cause we still have to catch up on a lot of stuff that we haven't seen. Um,
Yeah.
just because like the years in the theater has been crazy. As far as like what's gonna come out, what's not, and stuff getting
I
pushed
didn't even
back.
see not Ghost Protocol. Mission Impossible.
Yeah, I ain't see that either. I ain't see that either. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's out on streaming now, so I'm definitely going to do that. But um, yeah, we still gonna be here though. We still gonna be here. We're gonna be chatting it up. We had a whole pod before this pod, which is crazy. We were just talking about random stuff. So yeah, we'll be here. We got things to talk about, things to discuss. Geek Awards coming out next year. It's gonna be so. Stay tuned. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed the podcast. Leave the podcast 5-star rating. Leave a comment down below. You listen on your favorite audio platform. Share that joint with somebody. If you're on YouTube, you know what to do. Yeah, we'll see y'all next week. Stay geeked. Peace.
Later, y'all.